Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new live stream. I haven't been live in like such a long time, so this is crazy to me. Like some updates, because I was actually planning on making this a huge video, which I edited it 20 minutes, but I wasn't able to export it. I had some technical difficulties going on, so I wasn't able to upload the video, which actually really pissed me off because I worked extremely hard on that video, but I'm sorry I haven't really been uploading like content that much. I have school going on. I just recently got a job, so I do have other things going on outside of YouTube. But yes, I was supposed to make a video when it came to training camp, the interviews and all that. But I was like, I guess I'll just talk about it when it comes to this live stream. So I do apologize. I do recognize the less people are checking out my content. I do understand because I haven't been extremely active, but I hope you guys do understand. Like, I have other things going on. Like, I'm a senior as well. Like, I'm looking into colleges and all that. I gotta look towards my look towards my future as well, while also living in the present. But I do appreciate you guys that have rocked with this channel since day one. Like, it is really greatly appreciated. This channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. Like I say, I put out the content, but you guys are the ones that watch it at the end of the day. So I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome and a big time OG, great supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for being here, man. He says, "What's up, Clutch? You are growing so fast." Yeah, I've noticed like my subs have been going up, but my views definitely have been going down. It's probably because I've been inconsistent due to school and all that. So yeah, but I appreciate your support, man, and I hope all is well with you. We got my man Karam in the chat. What's going on, Karam? How you doing? Yo, Braypan, another great supporter of the channel, says, "Yo, what's up, Clutch? It's been a long time. It has been a long time. Just working on other things in life right now. I hope all is well with you. I appreciate the great amount of support. Um, Appreciate that, Karam. I'm not really gonna get into my job. That's like outside of YouTube. But yeah, the first thing I just wanted to bring up was like, how are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. And I also wanted to do a Q&A for the Knicks. This is just the Knicks live stream, so I'm not answering any broad NBA. But if a lot of people don't join, I'm probably gonna end this because like I've noticed my channel's really been dying down lately. So I might just end it if no one does go on to join this. Like YouTube really used to be like, it's still a dream that like I want it to grow a lot, like grow a lot. But just right now I'm not in the position to consistently upload like all the time. So that is why you probably seen views go down. Less people probably join in the future because I'm not as consistent as I used to be, and it's gonna be tough because I'm 17 years old. I'm getting to that point in my life that I'm getting older. I have other things coming. Shay looks good. And what? Like just training camp? What's going on, Andrew? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being a great supporter of the channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best to upload videos again. Like it's really fun making YouTube videos like when you are younger or whatever, because like your passion for sports is so high. Like it's always gonna be high for me. But when I'm figuring out other things, like when I'm a senior and like I have other things I have to look at, like it's really tough. Oh, you mean coming off the injury? But yeah, I appreciate that. Elaborate, Pan. Yo, what's going on, Luca? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Um, Karam says he's 150. I forgot what did he hurt, but yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick before like I get into all this. Again, I was supposed to have a whole video out and everything, but it just wasn't exporting. It really sucked. It was like 20-minute plus video, but yeah, that just really pissed me off. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I don't know how much you guys have looked into the media, but if you guys are wondering like why I haven't been making content lately and why I haven't really been focused on YouTube that much, you can rewind the live stream and all that. So you guys like aren't confused and all that. But yeah, my man Guillermo, what's going on, man? Salute. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you being a great supporter of the channel no matter what. Thanks for checking out my latest video. Let's get it. Yeah, man, no worries, not worried if I don't see your videos. Everybody has something in their lives. Yeah. Like Legion Knicks podcast, I'm sure you guys are sub to him, but if you aren't already, make sure you definitely subscribe to him. Like he deserves like so many subscribers. Like he deserves even more subscribers. He definitely puts out really high quality videos when it comes to the Knicks. Like just like these breakdowns he does are just like so great. He knows a lot about basketball, so make sure you check him out. Great guy for sure, but like Guillermo, like he has a life outside of YouTube and he still manages to put out YouTube videos, and I really respect that. Um, I feel you, bro. I haven't been having enough time to chill because of school. Yeah, it's like the worst time of the year. I really hate this. Like, freaking, it's the time of the year that I have to watch my Giants stink. Just like school and the Giants stinking, like like that's the worst thing ever. But this is a basketball channel at the end of the day. But I'm going to be getting into RJ when it came to day one of training camp. Um, Someone actually asked him, is the transition into training camp easier this year? And to sum it up, he pretty much said, like, the foundation's set. He said the players know what's expected from them. And I, like, I really do agree with, like, how RJ answered that there because you think about it, the Knicks have been having trouble with stability, just like Derek Fisher, like Jeff Hornacek, David Fizdale, just having all these coaches. Like, it just seemed like you never know what's going to happen in the upcoming season. And to now like have like it looks like we have stability at when it comes to the coaching staff. So RJ Barrett, like there's no setback for this roster. There's no setback for these players. They can come into the season and they know what's expected from them. Like they know like what to expect. They know the philosophy. They know what Tom Thibodeau preaches. I know Fournier's new to the team though, Kemba, these rookies brand new players to the roster, but at least like we have an RJ who was here this past season, like Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle that could help these guys out. So I just think that's very beneficial. Like there's no setbacks at all, and like we have these main guys like we brought back like Nerlens Noel and Derrick Rose, so they get along with Tom Thibodeau great. So I think that chemistry is really important, and it is there. So it is an easier transition, but also now they're used to the whole virus stuff going on and them all being vaccinated. Like there's not going to be that distraction, and that's awesome that they're all vaccinated. But Luca has a question here. What's your biggest question or concern with the Knicks this season? That's a very good question. I'm trying to think like the biggest question mark like ever. To kind of get into like a question someone asked, I believe it was Ian Begley. It's the defense because I like Evan Fournier, but he's a downside, like defensively, or kind of takes a step down defensively compared to a Reggie Bullock. As much as we don't like Elfrid Payne, you could say like he was an overrated defender. But you could definitely say like that physical toughness on defense is kind of went down this season. So it's kind of going to be on RJ's shoulders. Is he going to be able to take on those big time assignments? Is he going to be able to take on those bigger name players, those very good offensive players? Can he take the next step? But I'm really interested to see how this team's going to be defensively. Like, I really am. But who do you guys like? What do you guys think is like the biggest question or concern with the Knicks this season? What do you guys think? But Mitchell Robinson, actually, that's a big question already. Like, at least I didn't think until like I heard the report come out that like yeah, Mitchell Robinson's still not like a full participant in practice. Like you have Nerlens Noel, he may potentially start at the beginning of the season. Like so we'll see what goes on happen, but maybe that is a concern. Mitchell Robinson, that whole situation right there. Yo, my man Stephen Fox is in the chat. What's going on, man? I hope we're doing well. I appreciate you being a great supporter of the channel. See what else we got here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up. That's just awesome. That D Rose is one of the most respected players around the league. I don't know him personally, but he just seems like a really good guy off the court as well. He's a very selfless player. Like he puts winning over everything. He doesn't care what his role is. Andrew says, I think the Knicks might be one of those teams people will be talking about in terms of being healthy. I feel like but yeah, I know what you mean. With Derrick Rose, with Kemba, like, are they going to split the minutes? Like, something I'm kind of going to skip like I was gonna get to it, but now that we're kind of on the topic or the subject here, the Knicks have no plan. At least what I heard, like a question asked, like the Knicks have no plan of like what they're gonna do with Kemba Walker's minutes. It just seems like they're gonna throw him out there and hope he stays healthy. And I'm very scared of that. Like I really am. With like, is he gonna be able to hold up? Is he gonna be able to stay healthy? You know what I mean? Um, and yes, I know Tom Thibodeau's not a big fan of like having players sit out, but Kemba said that actually he felt really good when he wanted to play back-to-back games. Like he felt better at the end of the season. So if we give him big time minutes, is that going to really affect him when it comes playoff time if we get to the playoffs? Is he going to be tired? Is he not going to be feeling as good? So is that a concern in your opinion, guys, that there's like no minute restriction? Just there's just no plan because we're talking about Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker splitting minutes, but we don't know that until we actually see what happens. So do you guys think that's a concern? Think we're a top 10 lock for defensive rating. We'll see what happens, man. That's going to be an extremely interesting matchup. Luca, great point. We're going to see RJ versus Jaylen Brown game one of the regular season. And that's going to be a tough test because, like, obviously, I don't like the Celtics like that. I used to hate the Celtics more. Um, Obviously, when they had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, those were more hateable players, Rajon Rondo. But now that like I don't know, Tatum's not as like hateable. Like he's not really a hateable type of person or player. Um, like Jaylen Brown, like I don't really hate any of those players on the Celtics roster. But Jaylen Brown, we know he's a freak athlete, crazy burst. He's improved his 3-point shot, like scoring off the dribble. That's gonna be a tough assignment. Um, I actually have not seen that. Did you see how big Rose was compared to Kemba? And he's only 6'2". Kemba's tiny and will get killed on defense on switches. Oh, I agree with that. I definitely do think he'll get killed on D and switches. Like I know at times Kemba has shown that he can sacrifice his body and draw charges, but yeah, switches. I think that's gonna be like a nightmare. Honestly, but we don't know until we actually see it out there on the court. But I agree with you, man. I agree. Andrew says RJ has no choice but to fill in Bullock's departure in terms of locking at locking or at least slowing down the best players on the opposing team. When you take someone third overall, when you take someone, yeah, Kemba's interesting because like they changed the list of players. Like at one point he was measured like 6 foot, 6'1", 5'11" without shoes. Like I don't know how they measure them now. But yeah, when you take someone third overall, you hope they can take on that challenge. And he even came out and said like he's trying to be the best two-way player he could be. Like he wants to be a good two-way player. He doesn't back down from a challenge. That's what we love about RJ. But at the end of the day, is he going to be able to do it out there on the court? You know. But I love RJ's mentality. That's one of the things we love. Like when he has a bad game, we're like, we know he's going to lock himself back in the gym. He's going to shoot a million free throws. He's going to shoot a million threes. RJ still has a lot to work on, though. We'll see what goes on to happen. I love RJ, but I'm also going to keep it real with you guys. Like, he still needs to get better finishing at the basket. Can he score off the dribble? We'll see. Or shoot off the dribble. We know he could drive to the basket. Yo, YB Jelly, another great OG supporter of the channel. I hope all is well with you, man. What do you think of Emmanuel Quickley, Noah? So I don't want to sound like a broken record here. Like I've obviously talked about things he has to like work on and all that. I like Emmanuel Quickley. I don't love him. I don't think he's the point guard of the future like some people think. I know some comment like I used to get these comments just because he did the floater. He's the next Tony Parker. But if you watch Tony Parker play at the beginning of his career, like Emmanuel Quickley, like Tony Parker's feel for the game was insane. Like yeah, he's not in the league anymore. It was just absolutely insane. And he's not the passer. Like, Quickley has a lot to work on. I would like to see him take it stronger to the basket, know when to pull up from mid-range, like, not shoot so early in the shot clock. But again, it is year 2. He was a rookie. We took him with the 25th overall pick. We'll see what happens. But his defense needs to get better. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it's gonna play out though. If Quickley's gonna be a part of that second unit and they play him at the 2, because Quickley's not like a 1 or 2, he's like a combo. I feel like we just need Kemba to be decent. We just need him to be solid. I don't think he's gonna be Charlotte, UConn, Kemba Walker. We'll see. This league has been positionless. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was really bad because like one of Quickley's best things coming out of college. I believe his rookie year, he shot like 38, 39%. Yeah, he shot terrible from 3. He was inconsistent, like efficiency wise. Stephen Fox, yeah, that was on. Wait, I didn't know that was on that many shots though. I know he took a lot, but like 50, that's a lot of freaking shots for like the summer league. Um, I think our bench could be better than most teams' second unit because Obi can be even better. Yeah, Obi Toppin, him improving is definitely a big focal point of this team for sure. But I'll get into Obi. Don't worry. I still have like, I literally like took all these notes again. I filmed an entire video just for it to not export. It was just so stupid. So I was like, I want to interact with you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome. I believe Jericho Sims is on the 2-way, so he's with the Westchester Knicks. I think IQ needs to form a better mid-range game. I agree with that. Plus, I need him to finish at the rim more with layups, add more to his game. Yes, he's very predictable. He does look very predictable out there on the court, and it's gonna be an interesting year to see if like how he's gonna adjust to defenses because these teams know now that he likes to catch defenders on his hip, try to get in front of them, do that floater. Like we know this, or I would like to see him like read like coming off of a screen better. Like it shouldn't always be like I have to shoot it, you know. Quickly needs to work on a lot. YB Jelly, I agree. But RJ brought up personal goal every year is trying to be an all-star. Obviously, we would want to see RJ Barrett be an all-star this year. Again, or especially when you take someone with the 3rd overall pick. But this is my stance on the all-star thing. I don't care who's named an all-star. I don't care if he's named an all-star. Like, we'll know if he's playing like an all-star to us. I don't need him to have that label, you know? Because the NBA is just so freaking talented. Like we've seen players get snubbed over and over and over again. So he either is gonna play like an all-star to us or not gonna play like an all-star to us. He doesn't need that label. You know, like RJ getting snubbed of the top 100 or like these rookie teams. Like we know how good RJ is. Or I'm not saying he's fantastic right now, but we know what RJ is capable of, or we know what RJ can be. We don't need the media. We don't need the votes telling us that he's an all-star. You know, we know what he goes out there and does on the basketball court. But I love how he has this mentality that's his personal goal to be an all-star. But I also look at RJ. I think he'll always be looked at as this player in his career. He's athletic, but he's not crazy above the rim athletic in the half court setting. You know, he doesn't have a big time burst. He's someone that's not gonna really get the attention he deserves because he's not crazy flashy like a Zion, like a John Morant from his draft class, but he's going to get it done. My Instagram, that was like an Instagram I used for like the group chat. If you want to find my Instagram, it's Noah Cahill _. I'm not private. You can just follow me. I want to see more Jericho Sims. All right, let's see what Andrew says here. Don't worry, I'll get to you. I try to read every single comment. I like Mitch putting on more weight right now since he won't get bullied, but I'm a little concerned about his 280-pound body in 4 to 5 years. And I want to know how he put on that weight. Like, because I'm not questioning Mitchell Robinson's like diet, but I just want to know like he looks bigger, but I don't know like what kind of weight is he putting on, you know? Is it all muscle, like fat, you know? But he's still hurt. Like he's not even cleared to like practice and everything. I know he's doing cardio, like he's on the bike, doing some things in a pool or swimming. But the thing that really concerns me is I like Mitchell Robinson, if he works on he needs to get better at like the mental part of the game. Even though you could see he got better when it came to foul trouble. That's why I wanted to extend him this year, because it was going to be cheaper. He couldn't go out there and be like, give me this amount of money, because he wasn't fully healthy. Like, he wasn't able to demand as much money this offseason. But can you imagine if he stays healthy majority of the season, has a good season, and we end up giving him like a ginormous contract this upcoming season? Like, I thought it would have been the perfect time this offseason to give him like a team-friendly deal, you know? And that's not me necessarily saying Mitch is some future superstar. I'm just saying it would have been the smarter move. Yo, what's going on, Jeff Diaz? I hope all is well with you too, man. Drew says, yo, Clutch, my friend started a basketball channel. Yeah, drop it. Drop the username of the channel, because links don't work for some reason unless you're a mod. And I'll sub to it for sure. Yeah, what's Stephen Fox say here? I heard about this. I didn't read that much into it. But what do you think of the news that Tibbs wanted to re-sign Bullock and our management didn't? Like, off the bench or as a starter? Oh yeah, I heard that. I don't know if this is true. Correct me if I'm wrong. They picked Burks over Bullock. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Coming off the bench, would you rather have Burks or Bullock? For the way our defense is right now, you could say it's more of a question mark this year. You can make the argument for Bullock. But as a starter, I didn't want Bullock back at all. But he definitely is a Tibbs guy. He is, when you really think of Bullock. But I appreciate what he did, but he wasn't our long-term plan here. Hoop Realm, okay. Burks, A1X, appreciate you being here. Everyone sub up Hoop Realm. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna get into that as well. But someone asked RJ as well how Fournier and Kemba affect RJ's game, man. He was talking about it on Twitter. Someone added him, RJ going down the lane like wide open in the field. Him pretty much saying that like attention, there's gonna be less attention on him because there's gonna be a Kemba, because there's gonna be a Fournier, guys like Randle as well. So I do agree with that. When it comes to RJ Barrett, how there's gonna be attention, there's gonna be some pressure taken off of him, but like I brought this up before, like it's great that we brought in a guy who's more of a shot creator, a Fournier, that can actually take it to the basket. Like unlike Bullock, he can actually create. But at some point, RJ's also gonna have to learn how to create as well. I talked about the defensive assignments. He says he strives to be a two-way player, won't back down from a challenge. But yeah, Julius Randle Hawk series, he pretty much said he overcomplicated things. He made things harder than it actually was. And I agree with that. There's more that goes into that. There's definitely more that goes into it. Like he said, he watched the film and he was saying how he could have done things a lot better. But you just watch him in that series. Like we could say the bad decision making, the shots not going in, but he looked scared. Like he crapped his pants in that series. He was afraid to shoot the basketball. But again, it doesn't help when I know Elfrid Payton didn't start the entire series, but it doesn't help when you have Elfrid Payton, like who can't create a shot like off the dribble. Like the offense was so predictable. It was give it to Randle, treat him like Carmelo Anthony. The offense was so predictable because you know Elfrid Payton's not creating off the dribble. RJ Barrett at this stage of his career, he's not. Bullock's not. You could literally like if you closed out on Bullock hard enough, it was game over. You know, Nerlens Noel's not creating for himself, so it was so predictable. As much as Randle struggled, I think things are going to be a lot different, and we just have to hope he learns to pass to pass out of double teams earlier. It's like he waits for the double team to collapse on him. Excuse me. Don't have my water here. Or it's right here. All right. Burks, 3-level scorer. Bullock, one-dimensional, just threes. Yeah, I agree with that. When you're saying you want Burks over him, yeah, I agree. Yeah, Bullock could have created his own shot. I appreciate what he did, though. I do. Bullock is less injury prone. Okay. Sounds good, man. Don't be surprised that for a fast-paced team, and shooting like 40 attempts from three. I don't know if we'll take that many, but I expect us to shoot more. And Kemba even brought up, was it Kemba? No, it was Derrick Rose. That was like, we're in a better position to like push the pace this year, you know? Because last year the philosophy was like, we're a slow, grinded out basketball team. We're not going to win games by like out shooting our opponents. Well, you could say, obviously, we're not going to outshoot a Golden State Warriors, maybe an Atlanta Hawks, but we're in the better position to keep up with opposing offenses, in transition. I think I did a record prediction video. I did, the schedule breakdown. Mahir, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Yeah, exactly. 30th in pace, so we're last in the league. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think we should push the pace more this season? Because obviously it's new personnel. But yeah, I hope we're doing well. You think RG's gonna break out, or is he gonna be a complimentary piece behind the likes of Kemba and Randle? I can make like predictions like he's gonna be an all-star. He's just gonna have another solid season. Because I'm a realist, I think RG's gonna improve. But do I think he's gonna average like 23, 24 points per game? No. I think he's going to be a smarter player. I think he's going to be more efficient. He'll improve better at the basket. But I don't think he's going to end up averaging like 22, 23. That would be amazing. But I just don't see it right now. Yeah, and I appreciate being here. But yeah, I hope all you guys are doing well. But I don't remember what my prediction was. But I don't see us being higher than the fourth seed. I know a lot of people were like, how do you not have us higher than the fourth seed? How do you still not have us at the fourth seed? Well, the NBA got better. Players around the league or teams got better. So that could definitely be put into play. And also, we got Kemba, we got Fournier, but we don't even know how they're gonna mesh. We're still gonna we can't just go off of last year and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be good again because of last year. We still have to figure out how to win games again. We still do. I can't answer that question. I would say the Bulls right now, but what if the Hawks just get off to a bad start? I don't think they will. I think the Hawks will be better than us this season. But I would play the Bulls. But we don't know until we actually see it. And Eagles UK, thank you so much for the super chat. Actually, on Noah Cahill, my original channel, like I had a couple years ago, I had him on, and we talked Eagles Giants right after the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. Yeah. But yeah, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for being a great supporter through the years. It really means a lot. Great guy. Show love to Eagles UK. I believe that's 20 pounds. So thank you, man. Yeah, so I don't know how much you read into pace and all that. So that's a very interesting stat. Fourth seed would be super high in the East this year. Yeah. Hawks had one of the best records in the NBA the second half of the season, and I hate when Knicks fans say this. I'll get to that super chat real quick. I really do appreciate that. But Knicks fans are like, we were better than the Hawks. Well, the Hawks at the beginning of the season had Lloyd Pierce, and Nate McMillan's now not going to have to worry about taking over a dumpster fire, because there was literally reports Trae Young and John Collins don't like each other. Lloyd Pierce sucks, which he did. Imagine if they had Nate McMillan the entire season. Imagine that. So now they're gonna have him for the whole season. Yo, yeah, smash that like button if you'd like. I appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, Mahir, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Is it Mahir? Mahir? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I really do pronounce it wrong, but Thank you so much for the super chat. You did not have to do that, guys. Like, that generosity is just amazing. I really appreciate the great amount of support. I know Karl Anthony Towns wasn't happy about it. Like, he kept it real when it came to his like media day. Like just no stability, coach, GM, or like the organization. I don't know if you guys will like it, but I really feel like Leon Rose is gonna go after Karl Anthony Towns. I really feel like that's gonna happen. But yeah, the Hawks are still gonna be great. The Hawks had way more depth than us. Lou Williams was a great pickup. Plus, without Mitch, we had no answer for Capella. I feel like, I'm not saying we would have won this series. I still think the Hawks would have won it. But Mitch brings that versatility, that switchability that Noel does not bring, as much as I love Noel. And that would have been huge. Yo, Michael, the Hawks fans in the chat. What's going on? We got a Hawks fan in here. What's going on? First one is correct. Mahir. All right, Mahir. Nice to meet you, man. Or welcome back. Tomatoes and eggs. Oh, you're throwing the tomatoes and eggs. No, Michael's actually a really cool dude. He's a good sport. Like, he never trash talked after and all that. Yeah, Julius Randle, he was really hesitant. But I thought it was really funny how Mark Berman, like, always Mark Berman, he said Julius Randle's, like, second kid was born already. When he or she hasn't been born yet, and Randle's like, not yet. So I just had to bring that in there. Like, Mark Berman just always says something outrageous, just stupid. Someone asked him like any specific things. Specific, I always say Pacific. I don't know if it's just the way I talk. Like, any things he really specifically worked on this offseason. And he said he didn't want to bring anything up. He wanted to let his game do the talking. But he said he wanted to be more efficient. And I'm really interested to see what he means by that out there on the court. Is it playing less hero ball? Just like recognizing when he has to give up the ball. Like, just playing inside out instead of outside in. Like, I really wonder what his form of definition efficient is going to be. We know he's been working on that right hand, non-dominant hand. I'm really interested to see what that means out there on the court. Some of them are cool. It's every fan base. There's cool fans. There's just toxic fans. Hawks fans love the Knicks. We need McBride and Mitch covering Trey and Clint. I really like McBride. Like, McBride's one of my favorite Knicks already, and he hasn't even played a game. But I can't say that until I actually see him like in live NBA action. The Ben Simmons drama, that's been going on so long. He even came out and said that he would sit on the Sixers bench. That just shows right there, Ben Simmons doesn't care about basketball. Like, he doesn't care about basketball. He would sit on the Sixers bench until he gets traded. Ben Simmons, there's no passion there. If you would rather just not play basketball, then go somewhere else and prove you got it. Like, not a fan of Ben Simmons at all. Like, who would want him? Who would? And Damian Lillard returned to Portland, so that dream's gone. Berman is a weirdo. He definitely is. Remember when RJ came for his head for asking a dumb question? Yeah, I do remember that. Simmons is a diva. Like, dated Kendall Jenner. Devin Booker did too, but like, just weird. But Evan Fournier was actually like my favorite interview to listen to, or like the questions, like the way he conducted himself in the interview. He seems like he has this humble, kind of down to earth like mindset or personality, but he's also cocky. He's like a very likable dude. But he came out and said he loves New York. He got a barber. We saw what he put on Twitter, like Kevin Durant, him, and all that. His family flew in Tuesday, which is awesome. He got his family there in New York. And Tibbs is exactly what he thought. Like, no nonsense, like all about the game of basketball. Just like, you better come in, go to work. Like, he's intense. So he knew what he signed up for, and like Thibodeau was exactly what he thought he was gonna be. He's one of the top destinations, and this was one of the funniest parts. Like, I'm gonna get to it, but someone asked him what drives him to be so competitive, and he said he loves winning. He's been around fighting, a type of fighting called judo, I believe. His parents did it. His family, or he just knew people that did it as well, like his whole childhood. And someone asked Fournier, what level did he fight at? And he was like, it wasn't really an official thing, but I can kick your ass, don't worry. So I thought that was like the perfect way to end it off, like, but I can kick your ass, don't worry. Like, that's just hilarious. I feel like he's definitely going to be a fan favorite. I just loved listening to Evan Fournier talk. I just thought that was hilarious. He was like, I didn't fight officially, but I can kick your ass, don't worry. So I bet like New Yorkers, Knicks fans were like, hell yeah, I freaking love this guy. I can't wait to watch him on the court. Can't wait to watch post-game interviews, like after a win. Because we know he got into it with Kevin Durant, like I believe in the first round. I believe. I think Simmons is scared of the moment. He wouldn't survive a week in New York. Yeah, he can't survive Philly. If people think he could survive New York, that's funny. And people talk about Draymond role. Yes, he's a good passer. He's a good defensive player. He's a freak train. He's athletic. He can rebound the ball. But even Draymond, like, yes, he plays this type of role that he's a glue guy, but you still got to shoot the basketball when it matters most at some point. Curry's not always going to be available to shoot. Klay Thompson's not always going to be available to shoot. You have to realize when to, off script, shoot the basketball. And Ben Simmons doesn't do that. And Draymond Green, he's not the best shooter, but he shoots threes. Ben Simmons is soft. I've never seen someone that's just like, he's a physical freak of nature, but is so scared. It's crazy. And I'm not knocking like what he does well. It's just like, accept like the mistakes you made and just work on them. I know that people are saying our defense will dip this year, but I think the addition of a healthy Mitch, well, Mitch isn't healthy yet, we'll see. And the change of foul rules will help our defense. That's an interesting point with the foul rules. We'll see how quickly adjust. RJ, like, he never did any of that crap, but he never got calls. But we'll see what happens. LOL, everyone on the hate train. I know I sound like a troll. If there was a time to improve for Simmons, it was during his injury that kept him out of the season his rookie year. LOL, everyone on the hate train. I know I sound like him. Yeah. He had all this time, apparently shooting with the wrong hand. I don't know, man. During the pandemic. Questionable. Randle play Lyle? Wait, what's that mean? Will Randle play like Lyle on All-NBA, or will he sort of regress? I'll say this. I think his points per game is going to go down, but I think it's because we have Fournier, because we have Kemba. But I think his basketball IQ is going to go up. He's going to be smarter with the ball. He's going to realize at the end of games, hold up, I don't have to play hero ball. I can give it to Kemba, who can create. He's not afraid of the moment. Fournier is like in his prime. He's going to look to get his. Like, I think he's going to be more aware, and I think he's going to be more efficient. And he's going to get better at the mental part of the game. But his stats, they'll probably regress. But this will go up. And plus, I've been saying this since his rookie season. Yeah, his defense has gotten better. I feel like no one really talks about that. Like, Ben Simmons is a fantastic defensive player. But can't make a free throw. Like, you draft someone with the first overall pick, you hope he could be that guy that dominates down the stretch. But he's someone that, like I'm saying in the playoffs, Ben Simmons, play in the first half or play through the first three quarters, but play Maxey in the fourth. You shouldn't be saying that about your first overall pick. Zion looks like he's out of shape right now. He really does. The Pelicans are a mess. Yo, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen your username. If I have, I apologize. But Mel Bester, welcome to the stream, or I hope you're doing well. As much as I've seen great things from the training camp and media day for the Knicks should have kept Noel and Bullock, and then have Evan. Then the team has Reggie's 3-and-D with offense. So you would have let Burks walk, like with that. Um, I wouldn't have minded if we kept Bullock, but I didn't want the money Burks got. Like, how much did Bullock get again with the Mavericks? Like 33 mil? I don't know. I'm happy with how things turned out. Um, but I get it. You like more the versatility. You like the defense. But Burks isn't horrible on defense. He's not. He's okay. He's just to solid. Um, I think we did fine, but I respect your opinion, man. Unproxified, welcome, man. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Clutch? Imagine if Ben Simmons signed with the Knicks. Like, future free agency, I wouldn't want Ben Simmons. I don't. He won't survive here. He's scared. He's soft. Like, that dude's, like, I understand the things he does well, but just hell no. Just no. We need mentally tough players. He's not. Then they kept Burks over Bullock. And it's crazy. We've never beat Ben Simmons. We've never beaten him. Then they kept Burks over Bullock and kept Noel, but by keeping Bullock, Knicks keep his perimeter defense and hit three, so our defense is still intact, but you got more offense with Evan. Yeah, I'm happy with the way things worked out, but at the end of the day, we picked Burks over Bullock. Hopefully Burks can stay healthy. That is a concern. But yeah, I wish Bullock the best of luck in a Mavericks uniform, but I do understand where you're coming from. Zion's been hanging out with Harden this offseason with all these donuts he's been eating. Who leads the Knicks in assists this season? I don't think it will be Kemba. I'll be really surprised. I think the most assists he ever averaged was like 5 or 6. Rose or Randle. I think it'll be Randle because Randle's still going to have the ball in his hands a lot. I really do think. But do you guys think Randle's going to be on the low block more now that we got Kemba? Like, do you think Randle's going to be less on the perimeter? Do you think he's going to play inside out more? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Yeah, it's not the right thing to do, but at the end of the day, his coach throwing him under the bus and beat have nothing to do with like how he's performing on the court. I think Shake Milton will solve any problems the Sixers will have with Simmons. Minus the, I don't look at Shake Milton as a point guard though. I don't. Like he's a streaky player. He kind of reminds me of Quickley a little bit, like Milton. Except I'm not saying they have the same style of play, but like kind of Lou Williams vibes, you know. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. The Sixers, they're still really talented. But I'm gonna read a few more of these and then get more into back into the press or whatever. Zion went from prime young bar. He's still a beast. He averaged 27 points per game last year. Yes, they didn't win, but you're freaking 20, 21 years old, averaging 27 points per game on like over 60% from the field. Like, just outrageous. It is going to be interesting. Oh, if we ever got Clay, that'd be amazing, but I think he's in Golden State for life. If Burks doesn't stay healthy, more minutes for Grimes than Knox. I honestly would rather give Grimes more minutes. I'm interested to see what Grimes is going to do. I know we got off to a shaky start in Summer League, got some things going. Can we slow down with the Allen Houston comparisons, though? Like, he hasn't even played a game in the NBA. All right, so Fournier got to him. So Kemba Walker. So Derrick Rose came out and said Kemba's the starter. And I love Kemba's. First off, Derrick Rose, really humble. You got to love it. But I just loved Kemba's, like, humble response. I don't know if I'm going to start. Like, he was pretty much saying I'm a big D Rose fan. If I bench, if I'm on the bench, if I start, doesn't matter. I just want to win. And I just absolutely love that approach. Yo, what's going on, Alex Sports? I hope you're doing well. I just love that approach from Derrick Rose, from Kemba Walker. I don't care if we start. Like, I don't care if I start. I don't care if I'm on the bench. I'm just going to play my role, and I'm gonna try to help this team win basketball games. That's all I care about. And he also said D. Rose is one of the biggest reasons why he came to the Knicks. He said he wants to pick his brain. He wants to see how he prepares. And I think that's awesome because what's that show? The Knicks are building a culture. They're bringing in likable guys that, like, he's respected around the league. He's done a lot in his career. I want to play with that guy. I want to learn from him. I want to become a better leader. I want to learn a lot from him. If it's communicating on the court, like situations down the stretch of basketball games. And think about this right now. If we didn't trade Dennis Smith Jr., that Charlotte Hornets draft pick that was originally from the Willie Hernangomez trade, that we traded Willie Hernangomez for like Johnny O'Brien, I believe, like that second round draft pick. If we didn't trade Dennis Smith Jr., that second round draft pick for Derrick Rose, which by the way was a freaking steal, we wouldn't have Kemba potentially because Kemba wanted to play with Derrick Rose. So that's crazy to think about. So that was a smart move by Leon Rose. That was smart. And Derrick Rose said something very interesting that I'm going to be getting into later. But yeah, he's picking his brain, just trying to get to know more about the game and just see Derrick Rose's approach to the game. And D. Rose, again, he just seems like such a likable dude. He does. And it really does suck that he got hurt in his career, like with that terrible injury in the Philadelphia 76ers series in the fourth quarter. But yeah, they asked him about his body. Obviously, Kemba has some issues when it comes to his knee. He did not play back-to-back games for the Celtics. He said it worked out for him when it came to conditioning, really feeling well, and all that. But he says he's working on his lower body, trying to get stronger, like around his knee area. And Kemba Walker won't return to UConn form. He won't return to Charlotte Hornets form for sure. If we could just get like 60% Kemba, I'm okay with that. And again, the positive of getting him on like this $8 million deal, like 2 years, $8 million those years. If he doesn't even play well, we don't have to worry about moving on from a bad contract. Like we don't, which I think is just awesome. It was just a steal of a move, like the buyout and all that by Sam Presti. But are we going to have a plan? Like there's no plan when it comes to like the injury. There is none. And I'm really scared of that when it comes to playoff time. If we make the playoffs, is he going to be tired? Is his body not going to feel good? There's no minute restrictions. It's like Thibodeau's just like, he's going to play. We're just going to put him out there. We'll see how it goes. You got to split time between him and Derrick Rose. You really do. But do you guys think that's a concern? Don't worry. I'm going to get to your guys' comments. I appreciate you guys commenting or commenting. Yeah, I made a video on Noel. Not many people checked it out, though. But yeah, I did make a video on that. I'm guessing people didn't get notifications, but I also understand I haven't uploaded videos in a while. But yeah, that was a separate thing. No plans, minute restrictions, like back to back. There hasn't really been that conversation. And we have the 2023 first round pick from Dallas because of the KP trade, plus the Knicks' own first round pick. Whoever we get in that draft from the Mavs, we could pretty much win in that trade long term. I feel like we're gonna end up making some trade. I feel like a trade is coming. Again, the Mavericks are gonna be good as long as they have Luka. They're still making it to the playoffs. But I love Derrick Rose's vision when it came to the offseason, when it came to free agency. He was planning on coming back first off. He didn't really talk to other teams, but he disconnected from his phone to spend time with his family. He just let his agent and his brother take care of everything. And he was off of his phone for 2 months. And if his family wanted to contact him, it was through his wife. Like, yeah, put Derrick Rose on the phone. Because he just wanted to spend time with his family. He didn't want distractions from social media or anything. And I don't know, I just love that approach from Derrick Rose. I just really do. And someone asked him, like, what are your thoughts? Like Tom Thibodeau, Leon Rose, they talked about how there was this big time importance of bringing back these core guys from last year that helped make the playoffs. Like a Julius Randle, like an Alec Burks, like a Nerlens Noel, like just bringing back these guys, like Derrick Rose. And he said, I wasn't really a part of it because I wasn't there from the beginning. He was in Detroit. He was pretty much saying, like, that team was legit on defense without me. That team was legit on offense without me. Again, it was kind of a nice answer because they weren't the greatest. Like, we were under 500 when we got Derrick Rose. And I'll never forget making a video saying, here we go again. The Knicks are interested in Derrick Rose. We're not going to look towards the future at the point guard position. We're just going to stump the development of Quickley, these young players. And he even brought up, I didn't want to stump the development of these young guys. Like, he knew the situation he was in. He knew he wanted to get these young guys involved. And I freaking love that. That shows how self-aware, mature he is in the state of the Knicks. That Leon Rose talked to him like, yeah, we want you here, but we also want you to be a leader to help out these young guys and all that. And I just love that. That just shows what kind of leader and just like how self-aware he is. He said Kemba's starting. He's not worried about minutes. And he even said, like, he said right here, Tibbs will take care of it. Like, how could you not love Derrick Rose? And he was asked, was there a conversation about you starting? Him saying, like, my 13 to 14 years of my career, Kemba is a starter. I got to give him the stage. He's got a lot to prove. He's from here. And he even went as far to say he's cool with backing Kemba up. Not like we're competing for it. So Derrick Rose is like, I know I could still hoop, but I'm not a starter anymore. Like, this is your role. This is your spot, Kemba. You're from New York. It's your time to shine. You're from here. And just how could you not love Derrick Rose? How could you just not, like, you got to respect this guy. Not saying he's what he used to be, but just like as a human being, he just seems like an awesome guy. He could just be saying that, though, to show that he's a good teammate. But I just think that's awesome. Yeah, because, yes, it's great to have these young guys, but you have to also have the veterans that can help these guys out. Yo, well, I appreciate being here, Big Task. I really do. YouTube, no notifications, I guess. No notifications. If you haven't already, put that post notification bell on so you're alerted anytime I go live or upload a video. If you want, you can rewind updates while I haven't been making videos and all that, like, on a consistent basis. And I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Mel Bester9 says, Knicks are a good forward and center away from having a totally – so you don't think Randle's that guy? Or do you mean like – oh, you mean like small forward, shooting guard? What do you mean by that? From having a total young squad outside of our veteran players because we have first and second round picks every year through 2026 at the latest in cap space. And some people think we're just going to make selections with those picks. Like, those, like, are the high school drafts as well. Are we going to package those in trades? We'll see what happens, man. Great points. But I agree. I still think we need that center moving forward. Like, Mitch is still a big question mark. Yo, what's going on, Big Task? Clutch, what's good? How about your thoughts on the Knicks trying out the Obi Randle? So, I heard Tibbs' response to that. He was saying Obi's gotten a lot better since entering training camp last year. But he pretty much said, like, it didn't work out. Like, when Randle and Obi played together, it didn't work out. But who knows, it may work out this year. Like, Obi's gotten better. Because if we're being real, Obi wasn't really working out with any lineup until Derrick Rose got here. Apparently, Derrick Rose was telling Quickley, you guys are young, you guys have those legs, use them, get out and run, and I'm going to feed you the ball. Because that's what it looked like. Mahir says, I don't think that's a concern considering we have 2 additional backup point guards and multiple ball handlers. So God forbid an injury does occur, we can split minutes between Rose, IQ, and McBride. I agree with that, but we don't want that injury to happen. We don't. Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't get the notification, man. And that's awesome, Karam. So we got into Derrick Rose. Now, Nerlens Noel. This might be some breaking news for you guys if you guys haven't heard about this. So Nerlens Noel, I'm going to first off say this. Like, there's a big chunk here that we're finding out about Nerlens Noel, what he's working on. But he didn't really release a lot. He really didn't. He gave some, like, just generic answers to the media. Like, yeah, we're going to work hard. We got guys. We're going to go out there and compete and try our best to win basketball games. Like a generic Eli Manning answer. Just pretend that was in football form. Um. So someone asked Nerlens Noel, or also someone asked like, what are your thoughts on like everyone being vaccinated? And he was like, that's awesome. There's gonna be no distractions because we know that would be a giant distraction. Not if not everyone got vaccinated. So that distraction's to the side, and he gave a good answer. Like, it's everyone's opinion. It's their body. They could do whatever they want to their body. Like, not gonna judge them. What would be a successful Knicks season for you, Noah? Improvement. Um, I'm not saying go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Not saying go to the finals. If we can get to the second round, that'd be awesome. Um, but also if we lose in the first round, if we lose in 7 to like a damn good team, it depends what seed we are. But we see Randle much improved, RJ much improved, then I'm okay with it. I think it's not this year. It's the like next year. That's like, are the Knicks freaking legit? Like, are they gonna take that next step? Um, but I think it comes down to RJ performing well in the playoffs. Randle, of course, you would like to see a round improvement, but if it starts to become consistent, like we're losing in the first round every year, we're losing in the second round every year, then it's a damn like that's a concern. You don't want to consistently lose in the first round, second round, because that just shows like you're stuck in this kind of mediocre spot, and you're gonna have to make that big splash. Um, but Nerlens Noel, someone asked him, "Are you working on anything new personally?" As you guys know, Nerlens Noel was signed to a deal with the New York Knicks, so he's going to be here at least right now for the long term. And when you sign someone kind of to the long term, we know Nerlens Noel gives us these momentum changing blocks. We know that. But what it looks like, what Nerlens Noel said, Knicks came to him like, that 3-point shot you're working on in practice at the end of practice, we want to see that implemented into a game. And he's saying that he might take corner threes, or corner threes is what he's focusing on. He's taken a lot of jump shots this past off season. And when you have a guy like Mitchell Robinson who may not be in the season opener versus the Boston Celtics, and yes, like Noel, good shot blocker, but he's butterfingers. Like, he's not as versatile as Mitchell Robinson. Like, he doesn't really have a hook shot in his arsenal. Like, any post moves in his arsenal. You need more versatility out of Noel. You can't just go in with, like, Noel blocking shots. He needs to find some way to put pressure on the defense. Because even if they have him cutting to the basket, just picking rolls, he can't consistently catch the basketball. He just can't. He does have butterfingers. So that is a concern. But if he could even knock down like a mid-range shot, I'd be okay with that. He needs to open up his game a little bit more. He's 27 years old. He's not like crazy old, but the Knicks are pretty much saying like, we need more from you, especially if Mitch can't stay healthy, because Noel's kind of that emergency blanket. So I'm looking back. Gibson is old, but maybe it was the right move to bring back Gibson, because it may look like Mitch isn't going to start off the season. We need that depth there. I'll be real with you. Jason Tatum is a very special breed. I don't like he's one of the best shooters off the dribble in the NBA. So I don't think he'll be like Jason Tatum, year 3. I don't know if you mean play style wise or averaging like 20 plus points. I'll say this, he'll average like 18 to 19, that's my prediction, but he's going to become more efficient. I don't think Jericho Sims will get playing time. I heard he's on a 2-way. Westchester Knicks. What's going on, Joe? I hope you're doing well. I appreciate all you guys being here. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys know that. You guys are amazing. I miss talking Knicks with you guys. But we'll see if that's true. Noel really works on that shot. Emmanuel Quickley was asked about like the foul. They asked him like Thibodeau said Quickley's a student of the game, and Quickley was like, yeah, I'm going to adjust. I'm going to find new ways to draw fouls because the whole new foul change. And Quickley did a good job as a rookie drawing fouls. He really did, but he says he's asking questions, which I think is great. But Quickley, smart person, smart player. Not all the time on the court, but I'm talking about being self-aware. Like, he knows what he has to work on. At least I think he does. He says he could take the next step defensively. I wonder if he actually will. He has gotten stronger, so that may help shutting guys off. We know he has a unique build. He's 6'2", 6'3", but has a 6'8" wingspan. But I'd like to see if he improves taking it to the basket stronger, because he still brought up that floater. But I'm interested to see what Quickley's really going to do. What is he really improving out there on the court? How is he going to adjust to the new foul calls? Yeah, Drew, it's crazy. You could be a fan of any team and being here, man. Hope you're doing well. For the Knicks to be a championship contender in the future, I believe that RJ needs... Oh, he does. And I always bring up Fournier is a nice piece to have right now, but we're not going to the finals with a guy like Fournier. We need another all-star at some point. We do. At some point, we're going to have to get another star. It's all right, Karam. It's okay. RJ definitely does need to get better at mid-range. I want to see that as well, dude. Like, that shot's going to be available, especially in the playoffs. Like, the best players in the world are deadly mid-range shooters. Like, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, like Kevin Durant. Like, just amazing players. But yeah, some updates now getting into Tom Thibodeau. Luka Vildoza is in a boot. I don't think Luka Vildoza is making this team. He didn't impress me when it came to the Olympics with Argentina. Playing for the Argentina team didn't really impress me. Summer League didn't impress me in this limited time. Like, he's in a boot. He's not going to get to practice, and that's huge. You got to be available. Your best ability is availability. And I think a guy of Dwayne Bacon, who's on an Exhibit 10, I think he can make this team. He has some offensive upside. He's a good defensive player. He's a solid athlete. I feel like he kind of fits Tibbs' mold, and we have one roster spot left, and I think he might make that. But he says Mitch is the only guy who didn't practice. He's doing what he can, taking it slow, cardio in the pool, cardio bike. He's gotten stronger. He really talked about that, and he's taking it the best way someone could really take it. Like, he's really professional. He says the same coaching staff's coming back, but they're adding new player development guys. And I thought this was a fantastic question here. Someone asked him, now that you have Kemba, now that you have Evan Fournier, now that you have a different team, is it a different message? And I loved Tom Thibodeau's answer. He says it's a new challenge. Just because we were good last year, or just because we're in the playoffs last year, we can't expect to be in the playoffs again. And I brought this up in a video before. Even if you have the same roster, if you have a new roster, new guys in the starting lineup, you're figuring out how to win every single year. Last year doesn't matter. Like, you set the culture, that's great and all. You made it to the playoffs. But you're not just automatically going to make it again. How's the chemistry going to be? Like, we don't even know if Kemba, Fournier is going to work with RJ, Randle, like Mitch, Noel, whoever starts opening day. You got to figure out how to win again. Are you going to be on the same page, you know? So, we'll see what happens. I don't think there's any guarantee that we're in the playoffs. We still got to connect. We still got to make sure we have that chemistry for sure. And like he said, we have to build that foundation again. Like, when the Giants had Tom Coughlin winning those Super Bowls, like, we had that foundation set. But towards the end, that foundation was gone. When the Odell Beckham drama was going on, like, he became soft. You have to consistently have the right foundation, and the foundation is going to be different for certain players. Like, Kemba is going to respond to adversity different than an Elfrid Payton. Same thing with an Evan Fournier compared to a Reggie Bullock. This is a different group of guys. It's going to be a different play style probably. Like, the philosophy may change. And he also said, Tibbs didn't really come out and say it, but the way Tibbs talked about it is he likes the new rule change. no one wants to watch players shoot 80 free throws. Like, it ruins the absolute flow of the game. Oh, it absolutely does, and I don't want to see people shoot 80 free throws. I don't think anyone does. But a little bit of day two. Yeah, they asked Tibbs about Obi and Randle playing together on the court. He straight up said that it didn't look good last year. It didn't look that great. But again, like I said, Obi didn't really look great with anyone until Derrick Rose came. He's still learning. But I love how Obi held himself accountable. The game slowing down for him. Quinn Grimes, when I got into his interview, not much to talk about because he didn't play for the Knicks last year. It was kind of like just adjusting. Not much you could really get out of it. But, yeah, those are my notes. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know. Not going to lie, it feels really good to be a Knicks fan considering the drama with Kyrie going on right now. Yeah, man, at the end of the day, just going to focus on our New York Knicks, and they got to execute. Kemba drove to the hoop a lot, but he was a terrible converting shots inside the rim. Do you think is it his knee or has Kemba reached his peak? Oh, Kemba's definitely reached his peak. I don't think he's getting any better. Like, he can get better at the mental part of the game. But like when it comes to his statistics, I don't see them going up. But he still averaged nearly 20 points per game last year. But yes, I don't think there's that explosion is going to be the same it was at UConn, at Charlotte, due to the knee. So we may not have that explosion, that verticality getting to the rim. But yes, he's reached his peak. But does that mean he's a bad player? No, he's still a damn good basketball player. But I do think it's his knee. But shout out to you guys. I'm not sure how many likes we have, but if you haven't already, smash that like button and click that subscribe button if you're new. I really appreciate your great amount of support. I might go live more. Let me know if you guys want me to go live more. This is like a lot of fun to do. Kind of more of a podcast feel. Like my channel's kind of a podcast, like anyway, but I just love hearing your guys' thoughts, and yeah, hopefully I have like some friends on sometimes and talk Knicks or basketball. But I've been live for an hour and 7 minutes. That really flew. I had a lot of fun doing this. Really did. But yeah, Stephen Fox, Legion Knicks podcast. Make sure you check them out. Show love to them. Eagles UK, that super chatted. My here, like, you guys are awesome. You guys don't have to do that at all. But if you want to do a Q&A, be free to put questions in the chat. I might answer a question for like the next 10 minutes. If not, I'll head out of here. But yeah, I stay up anyway. I actually got to do homework after this, but it is what it is. Yo, what's going on? Michael S is now. She says, my guy Noah, how we doing? I'm doing good, man. I just actually finished up like wrapping up talking about the couple first days of training camp. You can always rewind or re-watch the stream after it's over though. Or you can rewind it right now, I believe. Or like updates of like why I haven't been uploading consistently. I got things going on. Like outside of YouTube, I have a life outside of YouTube, obviously. But yeah, if you haven't already, guys, like put the post notification bell on so you're alerted anytime I go live or upload a video. Or check out my latest video. I know a lot of people haven't checked that out. Like more people have joined this live than checked out that latest video, which is all right. Maybe you weren't interested in it, but if you'd like to check it out, be free to. But yeah, guys, I'm actually gonna head out of here. But been live for an hour and 8 minutes. But I hope you're doing well, Michael. You guys are just amazing. I appreciate your support. This channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. You guys really motivate me to make content. And if you ever have any video ideas, be free to comment it like on this live stream. The community tab, like the community tab always works. Like when I do the poll, it really reaches out to a lot of people, which is awesome. Sometimes the community tab doesn't always reach out to everyone, but yeah, y'all are amazing, and you guys mean a lot to me. All right, man, sounds good. But you guys stay safe. Keep being you. Don't do anything stupid. Keep chasing your dreams. Peace out, y'all. Thank you.